I'm sorry. Guess I shouldn't laugh at that. Says you gave him a long life. He's only like 40-something years old. So I wonder if any of the Jones family's still around here. This is Susan B.G. Died 2 years after I was born. Mary G. Martin died 1 year before I was born. David Davis Martin. All these guys, they're close together. 1949, 1953, 1956, real close. Born 19, here's a new one. Patty G. Martin Stewart, born 1914, died 1989. And then we've got a tombstone that's knocked over in pink. And then we've got some small little things here that really don't have much marking. I don't see what it is. All that Spanish moss. That's just cool, huh? Pretty cool. So some of the Martins, they born a long time, or at least come back here to be heard. Alright, let's go. Some of these are not reeds or something. It's got a link on it. Wow. Didn't make anything out. 1965, 68, 43, 27. This Lois Elizabeth Wilson died less than I barely made it a year, right? August, born August, died July. Oh, here's another one. This was what I was talking about, infant mortality. Statistically brought down the length of years that make it look like that people didn't live as long back then when actually they did. Here's one born 1806 and died 1889. That looks like, and still the average age that people live. It just doesn't change. Was it 83 years old? Is that right? 83 years old. That's sort of average lifespan. And there's George, Bradley, Robert. All these people, all these graves, all of this, these were people like you and I, walking, talking, breathing. And of course, back in a lot of these times when a lot of these people lived, they didn't have cars, and internet, and cell phones, and so forth, but they were people just like you and I. 1857, 1941, 1845, again, 2 years, not even 2 years. And 1852, 54, all these three died in less than 2 years of age. And that gives the mortality pretty brought down, made it statistically look like people didn't live long. The reality is far from the truth. It all has to do with infant mortality. People still live and die about the same age length they always did. We just have gotten better the first critical time of a person's life in the first couple of years. Even though people don't like, people have conspiracy theories about vaccines and whatnot, but all that stuff has really changed infant mortality. I want to see, we don't get in this one, I guess. Let's see, entrance to this. Oh, it is gated up to the maximus here. Walk on to this corner. See what else I see as we get older or newer. Well, one day in the near future, my friends, I hate to tell you, but this is our destination. No matter what you believe, no matter what you do, no matter, it's really a short time that we exist, and we go back to where we were before it all started for us. That's why the Bible says, "From dust you are, to dust you return." You came from a seed, and anyway, a lot of people have a problem dealing with that. But this is our reality. If we ever came to terms with this, and we set aside all the dogma, all the foolishness we have, superstitions, we might be able to really change the quality of life a lot more. Maybe even lengthen our days. But can't let the dogma and be superstitious away. Every day, born 1851, 72. 21 years of age, William Woodson Hendry, boy poet of Selma, Virginia Woodson Hendry. Interesting, the boy poet of Selma, William Woodson Hendry. I have to look that up. Never heard of him. Died Decatur, Georgia. Yeah, this is more the family, I guess. 1821, 1841, a broken heart. And then, let's see what we got here. 1811 to 1888, 1841 to 22. So you got 61 years. Conley, Eudora Conley, 1 year younger than I. They took their final breath. This is the reality. This is the hard, cold reality of life right here. Keep things in perspective, and you can make better decisions, and you can be more practical, and you can be more thoughtful and respectful to other people, and less condemnatory of other people's way of lives and whatnot. We all only have this space. You recognize real quick, it's all about this space and time. From that first date on these tombstones, from that first date to that final date, it's all we've got. It's all any of us have. And you see it over and over. That is it. That is your existence. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what somebody tries to tell you. This is what we know as reality. We have here Frank Bell Williams, 1857 to 1950. 1857 to 1950. That was his existence. And interesting here, we've got, what does that say, Cuba on his tombstone. I can't make out the rest of that. But that was his existence. Pauline Zuching Williams. Their life began 1885 and ended in 1982. 83 years. 80s, is that right? $93 years, almost 100 years. So there was longevity, if you want to call 80, 90 years longevity. 1848 to 1904, that was the existence of C.W. Vining. That was it, their total existence between those two dates. And that's true of all of us. I know my beginning date, but I don't know, but that end date is going to come. And it's going to come for all of us. And this is where it all takes us. Right here. It's not a matter of whether you want to believe it or not. And that's where humans have a problem. We are self-aware, more so than any other species on this planet. We have a problem with this. And if we could just get around our ego and deal with this reality and set aside those superstitions. Elizabeth Coe, mother, 1811 to 1890, would have been 79 years old. That was her existence from beginning to end. George W. Coe, 1809, he was about 3 years older, 2 years older than I assume his wife, to 1857, and he died a lot younger than his wife, which that was not uncommon. The women tended to outlive the men. Every one of these dates, start date, the end date. That's it. The recording started in 1847 and ended in 1927. So the further away we get from those end dates, their memories are forgotten except for things that may have been written about them, or maybe things they themselves wrote. Other than that, for the most part, the majority, the vast majority of all these people become long forgotten. Just names. Names on monuments, on pieces of ground, no longer existing. These are recent. Born in 1916 and died in 2005. These are pretty recent graves here. So I've about reached this far end here. We'll start this over again. Alright, so I think this is rolling ahead. History, a lot of very fascinating, interesting history. And in the big picture, this is short history. You don't see any graves, anything here that existed or that was presented by anyone that existed prior to the mid to early 1800s. Nothing here from the 1700s, of course. Those are recent years. This is not ancient history. The Spanish moss really gives ambience to the setting here in Selma, Alabama. 2017, March. Still very racist. racist community after all they went through, Martin Luther King Jr. and on and on. Just very sad. Very sad to see that. Realization that no matter what your skin color, whether how dark it is, how light it is, what language you speak, what accent you use, where you were born on this planet, doesn't matter. You can bet a couple of things. You were born on this planet. This is our home. This has been the home to all of us. And so far, it's where we all end our existence as well. Some people would, oh, here we got Bryant's. Some people would call me, some people say I'm macabre or pessimistic or whatever. The reality is that that's it, the word reality. I don't have a problem dealing with reality. I don't have to have some woo-woo belief system. Alice A. Bryant, October 1859 to 1929. 59 to 29. That would be 40, it's almost 70 years. Adam A. Bryant, 1878 to 1853. Get through the Civil War. Reverend M.E. Bryant, pushing 100 years there. 80, 90 years old. Let's see, 30. And, no, what am I saying? Way off that. I don't know where I came up with that. 1852, 40, 39? Is that it? 39? Wow. Died young. Died very young. These tombstones are kind of out of it. 1893. This is where it ends up. Laid to rest. And it's really, it's a permanent rest. Like I said, believe what you will. Oh, it's the same here. Topple. Tombstone. That's a shame. We got here David White. Date of 1879. These people that walked this planet, these people, just like you and I, were here and thriving for some years anyway, most of them. Never knew us, never gave us any consideration, had no idea of what things would be like if they ever thought ahead of the 21st century, if they ever pondered these things. They hadn't a clue. For the most of them out here, these dates, what they see, this paved road and these automobiles traveling up and down, they would have probably had a heart attack. Might have died sooner. Shorter life. They've seen this, they would have been, they wouldn't know quite how to deal with that. We grew into it. It's part of our culture. What they accepted during their time here, what they knew during their time here, totally different than what we know. But we're still human. We still ate. We still needed water, shelter. We still did all the basic things. We still had emotion. We had love. We had hate. We had jealousy. Got a phone call. Hello? Hello? Oh. Don't even try it. Okay, so died 1882. You go through here, you read the names, you see the tombstones. They're interesting. Okay, my name, Kelsey, came from the guy, his last name was Weaver, up in Russellville, Alabama. Just saw that. Anyway, you go through this, and you see all these fascinating tombstones. You read the names, you read the dates, and you realize that this is life. These people were here. I don't know why people will destroy things. I'm assuming this is the second one I've seen like this. Let's see, we've got S.N. McGraw. So this is the McGraw family, and this has been toppled down, which is a darn shame. 1839 to 1870. 1839 to 1870 was only about 30 years. Very short life. Talladega, Alabama. 1843 to 1878. Albany, Alabama. Short life. But that was their existence. From beginning to end, that was their existence. So, outside of some historians, people that study records and whatnot, there's no one alive that knew these people. There's no one alive that can recount the personal story with these people. It just is not there. And that, again, is what will be with us 150 years from now. A little nippy out here, not cold, just brisk. Not cold, just brisk. I'm glad I've got on a hat. I'm really enjoying this walk. I enjoyed going through the streets of Selma and seeing some of the beautiful homes, different architecture. And I'm debating whether I want to go 1898, 1976, 1905 is 35 years of age for Marion T.B., Carolyn Lucille. This is, I guess, a whole family plot here. I don't see Woods. Yeah, Woods, the Woods family here. And you got these flat slabs on the ground. You got some tombstones, some of those huge ones have been toppled over. Now we got over here where the fenced grave sites. Seen better days. Seen better days. I guess that's history. Let's see how old this is. There was once a tree there. Once a tree. Spanish moss everywhere. See if I can come up with a date on this. God gave, He took, something will restore. Well, yeah. As you see, there's been no restoration take place here. I would assume that if any restoration takes place, that some human being. So far it's been neglected, and no God or human, either one, has restored this at all. Very freaking interesting grave. Totally interesting. These huge tombstones. Nancy Gilentine, wife of Isaac Macmillan, and daughter of William and Phoebe Smith, Lincoln County, Tennessee, born August 23, 1833, died in Selma, October 12, 1867, 34 years of age. Tombstone for a 34-year-old daughter. And we come over here, and we have a little. This is the Montgomery's 1865 to 1893, 69. It's hard to see. 1867 to 1907. Turn of the century, 100 years ago. Okay, I'm gonna walk around here and see a interesting tomb that I want to look at real quick. Walk around here. Okay. This Gale. Nanny Gale, born 1851, died 1876. So we've got 1851, 25 years of age. So 1876, they used to build some structures for these tombs. Now here's an interesting one over here I almost missed. Let's check it out. Very interesting. It's the Ark of the Covenant. I mean, some cover for a tomb. There's no marking on here. There's just that. What you see right there. That's interesting. That is interesting, to say the least. No markings, no idea of whose remains are in there. But that is an interesting tomb, grave. Okay, I'm going to keep walking around here, and I'm going to build up an appetite. Not that cemeteries, don't get me wrong, I'm walking anywhere would get your appetite up, so I'm not saying that, oh, walking in a cemetery is just making me hungry. Touched by an angel. Short life, so even some infant mortality here. Zacchaeus Matthias Millhouse. March of '08 to May of '09, just barely a year old. That was their entire existence. Not around long enough to have built any memories for anybody. Not around long enough to have developed a great personality for themselves. That was their entire existence, beginning to end. It started, and just a little over a year later, they went back to where they came from, which was the great ether of nowhere, non-existence. That's what the human, the Homo sapien, has a problem dealing with that part of his or her existence. Our egos, our fears. Really true. 59 to 1931, 50, approximately 50 years of age. 1872 to 1932, 30. Interesting. So you get an idea. All these people have been gone long enough to where, outside of a very few I saw over there, Nobody alive ever laid eyes on any of the people buried here. Nobody alive today has any personal recollection of these people, who they were, what they looked like, what they sounded like, and how long they've been gone. Born in Marion, Alabama, died in Selma, died in 1905. I think it's a high probability, they having died in 1905, that there's nobody alive today that could sit here and tell you a story about Mary Jane Sullivan. There may be some that can tell you a story that they've heard about Mary Jane Sullivan. Gated off family plots, and that looks like it may be the okay, I think I don't know. I just thought, yeah. We'll see. We shall see. Okay.